The final concert of our season is a mix of two works, both on an epic scale, both thrilling, both in a way deeply sinister, but also at the same time very uplifting, and both of them written for enormous orchestral forces. Bartók's Bluebeard's Castle is a fairy tale about a terrible man who marries wives and then either murders them or locks them away. We don't know until we see. It's, in short, a horror story. And that led the young Bartók to write a score that is absolutely crammed with thrills and spills, extreme orchestral effects. Because of Bartók's music, our sympathies and our feelings go with her, and the music forces us to feel this. We feel nothing but loathing for this pathetic sadist, her husband. Like all great operatic stories, this story is capable of being experienced in a lot of different ways, and that's another reason why it's such a fascinating piece. It's brilliantly made. It's only 50 minutes long, and it's got only two characters, a man, a woman, and an enormous orchestra. The young girl arrives and discovers there's all sorts of rooms in the castle she's not allowed to go in, but she demands that her new husband open these different doors for her. And inside each room, she discovers, let's just say, horrifying truths. What's particularly fun about this opera is that not so much Bartók himself as his friend, the guy who wrote the words, gives a particular color to each door. It begins with red, which represents blood and torture and pain and violence. Then it progresses to orange, the color of metal, suits of armor, weapons, that kind of thing. And then it goes to yellow, which is gold and jewels. There are 7 doors. He's going through the spectrum. It's like a rainbow. The green color represents the rich gardens around the castle. The blue color represents the sky. Of course, you're looking out of the upper part of the castle. And then the violet represents the approach of doom, if you like. I guess it's dusk, really. And then the 7th door is a horrifying steely white. The early 20th century was a great time for the expansion of the percussion section in the Western Symphony Orchestra. Up until that point, percussion had really been used either to give a kind of military feel to the music or to help sharpen the sense of rhythm. But here in Bluebeard's Castle, the percussion is being used to create thrilling atmospheres, a sense of threat, of mystery. Instruments which make very loud noises, very mysterious noises, very weird noises. The way he's written this music allows the percussion players to explore, in a way, the extremes of their instruments, the fastest things they can do with their instrument, and so on. He even asks for sound effects, special effects, of the kind which are completely normal in cinema nowadays and have been for decades. But when he wrote them, nobody had ever done that before. The sound of strange breathing in the background, chains clashing against one another, and doors creaking open. The percussion writing in the orchestra makes a kind of continuity between the sound of the symphony orchestra and the strange and horrifying sounds that are happening somewhere in the castle of this evil man.